Well, new tank. Well, new to me. Got it at the local fish store. Great deal on it. $60 for a 29-gallon lid heater that I won't need for in here. Light and a filter. And I'm just going to add a sponge filter. It's got some live plants going in. And we'll see what fish goes in. Stay tuned. Oh yeah, I'm really hoping that it holds. I didn't test it beforehand, and hope the extra braces I put under this will hold. Because there's a wee bit of weight involved now. Anyways, stay tuned for further updates. Not really a lot of work or room to work with. It's a nice little tank. Got the filters going. Got some live plants in there. I got in there. So just not a lot of room to work and to film all at once. So one of it had to go. So I stopped filming and just kept working. Well, the fish can go in here in another week or so. I'm thinking, well, it might be a surprise. Who knows? Well, it's time for these guys to come inside. It's a slow process, but we'll get them in. It's not really easy to do with one hand. Let me tell you how my day's going. Well, you ever heard the expression, kick the bucket? Well, I did. And I lost a lot of my fry down the cracks of my deck here. I got most of my adults. I'm not going to film anymore and do the job at the same time. I'm going to get my wife to help me with the swords, bringing them in. Man! Well, so the mud guppies are in. Got a nice big tank. In fact, I got lots and lots of room. Hopefully the water clears a little bit more for tomorrow. And I should have a lot more over the winter. And there's some really nice ones I was really pleasantly surprised to see. Some really big females and a couple of really big males, surprisingly. Well, we're off to see some of the swords. See how they did. You know, before I go on to the swords, I still can't believe I literally kicked the bucket. Lost so many fry. And, you know, there's some really nice fish in here. Just trying to do stuff one-handed just isn't cutting it. Give these guys a little bit of a treat. I can even do that one-handed in here. Hopefully they go for it. I don't see why not. Until they catch on. Yep. The lights come on and They know what it is. Well, time to go check out the swords. I think you'll like them. Here the adult, and there's a few juvenile swords in here as well. They really put on some size. Some of them are pushing 4 inches or more now. That outdoor, with all the live feed, and they're constantly eating. I only feed these guys once a day when they're outside. So all the size that they put on was mainly because of all the natural food that's available. And you can see there are a couple small fry that are still in here, and hopefully they won't get eaten. There are a few juveniles, and I think you'll like these guys as well. These are some of the swordtail fry, and give them some food here that they'll quickly eat, because there's nothing better than natural food for these guys. They'll really put on some size, and I'm going to be adding some barbs to this tank, just the barb fry, because they both like the same temperature, and they'll get along when they're this size, and then I'll move them along once they get a little bigger. Well, I'm just going to feed the rest of these guys some brine shrimp. Stay tuned. Man, these antlers have done well. So many, and the colors are just brilliant. You'll notice there's the odd tint of red to a couple of these leopard antlers, and I may try to pull them out and try a strain of those on their own, see what happens. Said I really don't know that much about guppies and antlers, but I'm learning. This is a different batch of antlers I've got going. They're producing some nice little fry. And over here I've got mainly mountain minnows with some nice barbs in here mixed in. And there's a couple guppies, just something to look at for now until I figure out what all I'm doing with them. And this one is just some mountain minnows until the barbs come in. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for the next episode. I think you'll really like it.